So I was telling her, first of all, Rajas is not a bad thing. Nothing is bad and nothing is wrong. Rajas just means that if you work for this, you will get something back in return. But when you expect something back in return, also expect that you may be disappointed. How many people work for respectability in their lives, right? And suddenly you'll see the tabloids, the newspaper, the news, crucifying them. How many times have we seen it? And they've worked so hard for it and suddenly they're destroyed overnight. So your focus can't be, I want to, because you will always be disappointed. Something will happen. Yes, be respectful in life. So I use the example of Lord Jesus. I said, really? He was brought up in a Jewish tradition, but he was the biggest rebel of all. They called him Catholic later, and they called him Christian later, but really he came from the Jewish tradition, because that's where he came from. And of course, in order to be respectful, he shouldn't have done certain things, like heal on the Sabbath, right? Like, for example, when he went to the temple and he saw everybody was using the temple for commercial means, he got very angry, right? So what did he do? He got angry and threw everybody out. Now, according to his time, that act was not respectable. So for the elders of the church, right, how did they look upon him? As disrespectful. But he was not in it for respectability or not respectability. He was so much greater than any desire for anything. His only force was his goodness, his love, his kindness to elevate human souls to their highest. So this is the meaning. Do you see what I'm saying? Because where there is always wanting something personal back in return, the world will show you. One day they love you, as I've often said. The next day, you've lost your best friend. A couple of people came to me last week crying their eyes out. Oh, when I most need my best friend, she's whooped out on me. And I go, it's life. Get over it. Death comes to us all. Pain comes to us all. And if she's really your best friend, then you will understand that she's not there for you all the time, and you love her despite of it. So why don't you go and make an effort and just tell her you accept her as she is, full stop. Do you see? And then all the nonsense stops. Otherwise there's competition, there is blame, there is anger. So why even accept nonsense? So when somebody hurts you, give them back love. You say they're not your best friend, but aren't you doing the same thing in return to them by not accepting them for having an off day, for having a rude day, for having a disrespectful day? You've taken them too seriously. You should forgive them right away. That's life. What can you do? What can any of us do? It's simply life. And the subject matter today is meditation on compassion. Good title, Shanti. Did you choose it, or did I choose it?
You chose it.
Oh. So we write these titles ages ago, and then she sends me an email to everyone, and then I see the title, Meditation on Compassion. And it always seems to be the right one for the right week, So, talking about all this, and this is really what is important. When we develop the true spirit of compassion, then all these ups and downs, all this rajas, all this, in life, we just accept. We really learn to accept. But the only way we can accept is to learn to be compassionate towards ourselves. Again, and again, it comes back to fixing ourselves first. Most of us harbor so much guilt about who we are and what we are, our idiosyncrasies, our personalities. We just never seem to get it right. And we're so busy trying to be right for everybody else that we have no compassion for ourselves. We're We're trying to fit into everybody's view of how we should be or appear like. So one day I may see myself from Marcia's eyes and she may see me one way, or Lakshmi's eyes and she may see me another way. So I'm never steady, because one day she may love me, so I'm seeing her seeing myself from a focus of love. Next day she may dislike me, so I'm seeing myself from, oh my God, what have I done wrong? And she's disliking me. Do you see? It creates an anxiety in the body. But if you can only understand, very simply, if we are steady and have total compassion for ourselves. So let's say she doesn't like me today. What have I done to upset her? Or what is she seeing in me? I am coming from a good place. So there'll be no disturbance, because you have a feeling that you are coming from a good place. So when you come from a place of compassion and love, I can easily approach her and say, why are you attacking me today? What is it in you that needs to attack me today? And then of course, immediately you say that to someone, they have to break down to see what they are thinking. And then if they get angry at themselves, no, I'm not saying anything against you. You're taking me wrong, because people will always be defensive. Have you noticed? So then you go, but look at you. I'm not here to criticize you. I just wondered if I did something wrong. Did I hurt you in any way? And then they'll relax immediately and say, no. Maybe, Nalanie had a tough day today, and I just picked it out on you because I love you. Do you see? And all this changes. And this is what happens in relationships a lot. Happens a lot. Almost because we expect so much from ourselves in a relationship, and sometimes we don't live up to those expectations. So when people or a partner does not live up to our expectations, we're disappointed in that. But that's really because we're so fussy and so hard on ourselves. It's not really what the partner is doing. But if we can reflect, why am I being so hard on my partner? Because I am so hard on myself, and I expect my partner to be like me. And you go, but why would you want your partner to be like you if you're so stressed out? At least my partner's got peace. May not be like me, but got peace. I'm totally stressed out, and I want my partner to be like me. So what in me is not compassionate enough? What in me is not loving enough? Why am I so tough on myself? Why do I have such high expectations of myself? That's where all the guilt is coming from. That's where all the anxiety is coming from. And then you realize that the only person that can fix you is you. So again, what medicine do you apply on yourself? And the medicine is obviously contemplation, which is sitting down with yourself and asking why you get so agitated so quickly with so many things. Why can't you just sit and be and accept the world for what it is? Why are you rushing through life doing so many things that may not be worth anything at your time of death? And you contemplate just on those two major questions. What is so urgent that you allow it to upset your spirit to such a degree? And then you keep quiet. And then there is a cry for help. Because when you have so much anxiety and so much pain, because as you grow in the spiritual path, the pain becomes deeper and more internal. The understanding goes much deeper. Who am I really? Where am I really coming from? By that time, all the superficial stuff should be gone. And then your meditation first of all, help me, show me the way. Because why? Ask and you shall receive. That's the first. Show me the way. Humility opens the doors for many answers. Many times in my life when I've been troubled by what I do, not knowing which direction I'm heading, am I doing it to look for respectability? Am I doing it because it is what is? Am I doing it because of me? Where is it coming from? I really don't know. We all go into these different dimensions in our minds, in our souls. I sit down and I said, help me, show me very clearly an answer. And I tell you, I normally get it right away.
Can I just ask something?
Yes, sure, you can ask a question.
When you talk about compassion in a relationship, and it can be a marriage relationship or any other.
A parental,
anything.
Mother and child.
In a situation where you're showing compassion to a situation, and we're talking about respect for the other and respectability, I think we also have to be aware of respecting ourselves, and there are situations where there is a conflict because you can be showing somebody, there are many situations where you might be, and I know many situations where you can be very compassionate and very loving, but if you're in a situation where that person is disrespecting or abusing you or treating you in a way that is devastating you on a regular basis.
And my question to you is, why aren't you loving yourself to say no to that?
Exactly.
Why are you not loving yourself?
You have to be discerning to know
Absolute.
when to be compassionate and when to say compassionate from a distance, because of respecting and loving yourself also.
This is a wonderful question. Thank you for that. Because this is where I was going back to. When you have learned to be compassionate to yourself, you will never accept abuse.
Allow it, yeah.
You will not allow it. And because you don't allow it with great love, you just say, no, I love you, sorry, this is enough. That person cannot enter your field anymore. You've created such a high vibration of love, and you've made such a strong statement in not feeling guilty about what you know to be right, not feeling guilty that you are asking that you should not be abused. And this is a problem with many relationships. When somebody abuses them, I have to accept. No, that's also wrong. You're not compassionate. You're not loving yourself. And this is where I was saying it goes so deep. So deep. You think I'm a good wife or I'm a good husband because I'm taking all this. Lord Jesus didn't take any nonsense, did he?
So
Did Gurudev take any nonsense? The moment the disciples got ridiculous and egotistical, told them to stop. They want to stay. They want to go. It was their prerogative.
So what are they, beyond compassion then?
No, nobody is beyond compassion. But where you have to start off with is yourself. If you are very strong, and if you come from a place of total forgiveness towards yourself, right? And you have total faith in the higher power, right? That will give you this strength. The person who's uncompassionate to you will feel your compassion, but at the same time, your strength. When you are weak with compassion, that's not true compassion. Because weakness is a sign of fear. How many times have I said to you over and over and over again, goodness is not weakness. If you know really good people, any of them weak, you tell me, Mother Teresa. She weak? So strong. So strong. Our beloved Mataji. She was a nun. She left nunnery to find something higher. Was she weak for a woman at that time to do what she did? Was not weak. She's so strong. And yet when you meet her, she's the most lovable person. And do you know, she's the only one who left the church that they did not excommunicate. Because she did it with so much love. She and Gurudev did it with so much love that the Mother Superior just couldn't excommunicate her. Go, you found your master, go. They asked her to go because her yearning was love. It was not anger at the church. She loved the church. She loved Lord Jesus. But she found Gurudev. She found the living master that she was looking for. And while she was there, she was like, yearning and yearning and yearning to serve under that. So they could see it was coming from a place of love, not a place of attack, not a place of blame, not a place of, that's better than this. Oh, this is beautiful. But you know, for me, I need this. I need to serve more. I need to serve in the world. I want to serve spiritually the highest I can. That's where she came from. That beautiful love. You know, and this is why we love her so much. By the way, Mataji is coming here around the third week of February, I think 21st, right? Yeah, 20th. So if she comes, do come. She is just so sweet. And you know, at 82, 83, 82 now, she gets up. I just can't sing her praises enough. At 5:30, is it Dara, 5:30 in the morning?
Yeah, 4:30.
And she plays the violin to wake everybody up in the dormitory, right? They stay in the
Absolutely
dormitory.
amazing.
Yeah. And then, after that, she does a puja. After that, which is a nice prayer ceremony. Then after that, she goes for breakfast. Then she goes and serves at guest services. Because there are many guests at the ashram. Many guests. She goes serves there all day. Then at lunchtime, she's reading while everybody's eating. The Golden Present or Beyond Words or something. And then she eats after that. And then you see her working all day. And then on the Saturday night, I was asked to do satsang there, talk there. What do we see? Well, after everybody leaves, we have a few of us and we start, you know, we love music. What can we do? And we have a minister called Diani who lives there, and she's actually American Indian. You should see her house. You should see her house. It's really like walking into Alice in Wonderland.
Amazing.
You know, she has a medicine wheel in her front garden, things hanging everywhere, dream breakers, crystals. I mean, it's fascinating. It's going into a storybook. And the house was the first house to be built at the ashram, full of stones and arms and, you know, what a home. I mean, it is really fascinating. Anyway, she's an American Indian and she just plays the piano. And there was Mataji, the last one with us singing. And this person is 80-something and you think, my God, she really got it. She's got it. She's got that. And everybody respects her and loves her, you know. And this is the kind of person I want to be like. And is she weak? No. So when you yourself are strong, then it doesn't matter what anybody does to you. You accept that you are a child of the universe. You deserve to be treated with love. You deserve to be treated with compassion. Anybody taking that away from you is trying to manipulate you and hurt you. And when you allow them, a lot of your life is wasted. It's wasted. How many people waste an entire life saying, oh, they manipulated me, do something about it then. Do something about it. But try and do it with great love and great understanding. And if they can't understand, what can you do? You're not respectable to the world, and you're not respectable to the world. What can you do? You have to live with love. You have to live with the highest order. Peace. As our master said, make peace your God. You brought it up today. Make peace your God. Because without peace, you have nothing. You have nothing. What's the point in this life? If you're anxious, you're this, you're that. Is there any point in living? Just get sick. You go, what kind of life do I have? So make peace your goal. And sometimes making peace your goal makes you a little not respectable. Because everyone thinks, oh, you're a yogi, why aren't you doing this? And they'll threaten you. But when they see your strength, they will see that's where you're really respectable. Because you stick to what you teach, or you stick to what you know, and you're working from the highest place of love. Not to hurt, not to blame, but to take responsibility that you have allowed somebody else to destroy you. You have allowed it. I've often said that. People cannot destroy us if we don't allow it. They can only destroy us when we allow it. And why do we allow it? Fear. Fear that people are not going to respect us. Fear, what will people say if I did this action? All based on fear. So really, you have to be very strong to live in this world. They say the spiritual path is like a razor's edge. Mm-hmm.
And it cuts you.
And it cuts you. But after you're cut, you're initiated for life. If you understand the cut, if you learn from it. That's initiation, isn't it? I mean, isn't it painful to have a child? And once you have a child, and look at the joy. Look at the joy of having a baby. It's beautiful. So what can you do? Sometimes we have to experience a cut here and a cut there, So long as we come from the highest place. And that's, a lot of problems could be solved. Sometimes the result of coming from a higher place is not nice. I'm sorry to tell you that. It's painful for you. But you have to stick with the pain and accept that pain and stay steady, knowing that you are coming from a place of goodness and love. And that's where you really have to understand yourself. So the meditation on compassion that we're going to do today is different techniques that we will be using to bring in the compassion into ourselves, seeing ourselves as compassionate beings. But first of all, before we even start the meditation practices, and we'll do a few. The first one will be out to circumstances and to the world, to forgive that, all right? Because we always work with exterior first. And the second meditation will be on internal, ourselves, a cleanup job. So it'll be like a purging. And then if we have a little bit more time, I really, if you have paper and pencil, if not, I'll try and tear some from my notebook I got, and whoever has pens, I'd like you to write down your weak emotions.
Weak emotions.
Yeah, your weak emotions. Where are you weak emotionally? What pushes your buttons?
I need more of a piece of
Did you
paper.
hear that?
I know what pushes my buttons. Accounts. I know what pushes my buttons, doing my accounts. I've never done them. Now I'm doing them. They push my buttons. It's pushing my buttons. People don't. Stress doesn't. Accounts. Yes. Yeah. So when I do my accounts, I kind of look at it like yesterday. This is going to be a piece of cake. I love you, computer. I'm going to go to all the different banks, and it's going to come out first time. And nothing is going to go, because you know what happens with computers, you go and log in your name, and then sometimes it doesn't work, and you got the wrong password, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I go, it's just going to go really smoothly for me today. I did that yesterday. Guess what? I did everything in 10 minutes. Yes, 4 accounts. Phew, I was so excited. And I realized, because I knew it pushed my buttons, right? What pushes your buttons? You have to know. And then once you know, then you know you have to do it anyway. right? Because we live in a world where you have to do these things, whether you like it or not. You have to do it. And then you gear your mind to love that, rather than come from a place of old thinking. Old thinking is, I don't like accounts. And be so aware of what's happening, that you're creating all this yourself. And nobody's punishing you, and why are you having to do this? Because you don't like it. And as my master said, whatever you don't like to do, learn to like, because life will throw it in your face.
Yeah.
So learn to love everything. So know what pushes your buttons is really important. And that way you prepare yourself. Meditation of compassion. Okay, now I feel really sorry for you that you don't like it, but get your act together. Are you understanding?
Yeah.
Dara, is everything okay?
I was just getting paper and pen.
Oh, just in case.
To go around.
Okay, thank you. Good girl, good girl. Okay, so we will... Any questions before we start on our work?
There's more paper and people have their own pens, but there's no more pens.
I have... who needs a pen? No, who needs pens? Everybody has?
I get some more paper.
Thank you. If anybody needs... You know what? We're going to do that now. Because there's activity. Let's do it right now. Yeah, give me a pen. If I pass it to me, you're not going to find it in my bag. It's full of stuff. Mind stuff. Oh, God.
That is very good.
I don't know what I've done.
Do you have paper? Do you have? I only need a very small bit of paper.
Who needed a pen?
Because I only have one button.
I think it's great.
Everybody has it.
How did you get it? Thank you.
Uno por todo, no como el remote, one serves all.
All for one and one for all.
Okay, next. You don't know, then you better start knowing. It's really good not to know, because then you can find.
No, because then they come when you're unaware. You just react to everything.
Smaller ones.
At least you know it and you name it.
Yes.
You identify it and it's in one place.
Correct.
But with me, I'm just waiting for it to come from everywhere.
Yes.
We know it very well.
A little bit of paper.
That's
what I need now, with that.
Okay, that's everybody ready? Yes. What pushes your... What happens in your life that makes you notice when you get anxious and agitated and frustrated?
No, the situations that cause that.
That's right. But try and bullet point it. Try and make it... Don't make it long, because that's confusion to the mind. Make it short. What irritates you? What frustrates you?
At this point in time, I'm not emotionally stable to know what pushes me.
Honesty. Love it. When you finish, if you look up, then I'll ask you a few more questions for fun. Since you're writing. When you're done, I'm writing a book here.
There's a lot of buttons.
Buttons being pressed.
A lot of buttons.
So many things.
Okay, I'm going to. Okay, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe we shouldn't let you get on so much with that one, should we? Okay, I'm going to ask the opposite question, all right? What do you do that pushes other people's buttons? You do. The reverse. What do you do that pushes other people's buttons, that makes them upset? Or when you feel people get frustrated with you, or angry with you, or they, what is it that you are doing that makes them respond like that? Okay? It doesn't have to be a negative action. Sometimes it's even a positive action that pushes people's buttons. You really need to notice that. Sometimes me being happy makes other people unhappy. So it doesn't have to be negative. Although you mustn't look for the negative first and then look for the positive, because we want to get the negative out of the way. At this present moment in your life, are you happy with who you are? Answer honestly. Are you happy with who you are at this present moment in time? Answer truthfully.
That was easy.
Yeah.
Oh, yes or no?
And then the second part of the question, why aren't you happy with who you are? Why aren't you happy with who you are? If your question is, I'm not happy with myself, then ask that question, why? Why am I not happy with me? What is it about me that I'm not happy with? And if your answer is yes, then there's nothing to do. Just stay happy.
Happy, how can you be happier?
Okay, why not? Put that in. But then if you're looking to be happier, that means you're not really content, are you?
Yeah.
Correct? If you're looking to be happier, be careful. Just be happy enough.
Don't upset the apple cart.
Don't Rajas, looking for that one and hoping to get it, you'll never reach it. While you're chasing it, it runs. Remember the secret. When you stop chasing, it comes to you.
But at the same time, to be happy, it's still a work in progress, no?
I asked a very simple question. I didn't ask the buts and ifs and whys. I asked very simple, make it really simple and precise to your mind. That is the key to peace. At this present moment in time, am I happy? Yes or no? Why? I don't feel I've fulfilled my human mission. I'm lost. Still looking for me. I haven't found the perfect relationship. I'm looking for that. What is causing? I don't have enough money. Do you know, whatever it is, I'm worried about finances. I don't have the house of my dreams. Whatever it is, be totally honest, truthful. Why? Make it simple, bullet pointed. And if you are happy, just write thank you to yourself. Thank you. Finish. And your name. Because you've contemplated a lot to find that happiness cannot come from without. If you are, then you've found that deep compassion within you. Because even when you are wrong, you are able to forgive yourself. And we all are human, and we all make mistakes. Every mistake we make brings us closer to the light. So that you are able to forgive yourself is fantastic, because then you'll be able to forgive everybody else. And that's why you're happy. Simple. Very, very simple. Yes, sure.
Is there any attempt to define the main word that you're talking about, the compassion? Because I find it, I try to get definitions and it seems like it's really hard.
It's really hard. You know why for me? Compassion. When you grow more and more to understand that we are one, the self is everywhere, consciousness is everywhere, only then does real compassion come in. Trying to understand compassion from a dictionary or people's interpretation is really very hard. And real compassion comes with non-attachment. Did you know that? Because when you're attached to certain ideas or preconceived thinking, and when you have any idea that's preconceived, somebody's told you this is right or wrong, and you're attached to it, you will always, in your mind, keep making judgments. Keep making judgments. No matter how small, they'll cause ripples in compassion, because you will feel that this person has done it wrong. And it took me many years to understand Lord Jesus saying, judge the sin, not the sinner. And compassion is understanding when wrong is done. But it doesn't mean that person is wrong. But feeling love for the person, understanding that that wrong action is coming maybe from a place of pain, maybe that person had gone through a very bad background, and that's why they're behaving like this. So you come from a real place of understanding and kindness, and that person can feel that genuineness in you. Because you're not coming from a place of, oh, you've done this wrong, you're a bad person. You've done this wrong. do you know, it's hurting you. It's hurting you. It doesn't do anything to me. You want to scream, shout, what? Doesn't do anything to me. But your bad action is hurting you. And that is real compassion. That's why you can never be angry with anyone on this earth. And that's why I often say, when, pray for the politicians. Don't say, oh, they're horrible, they just want power, 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 power. No. Yes, that's what they want, but they're really good people. I mean, I wouldn't like to have their job. So easy to corrupt a person in that job. I feel really compassionate towards them. All day long, they got people polishing their egos. How difficult is it to be loving and compassionate in that? And then they're tempted with money and power. You know, in my heart, I really feel so sad for them. And then they do these awful deeds. That's really not them. Because if you look at all of them, they're just really good people who really started off wanting to help their people. But then power corrupts. So then you understand that it's not that person. It's the action. So then you get to develop compassion. Where there is compassion, there's forgiveness. Where there's forgiveness, there is peace in your heart. When you have no forgiveness, there's no quietness in your heart. While you're judging people, you cannot find happiness and peace. You cannot. Because your body is doing the judging. You are doing the judging. So there's this agitation and anxiousness that is coming from you. Whether the person is wrong or right, that agitation is hurting you. Have I explained it?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you. So that is my feeling of compassion. And the only way I really could understand it is by studying these statements. Judge the sin, not the sinner. And then looking at my own life and seeing all the mistakes I've made, that I've heard statements in the past, even before I started yoga and even during yoga, statements that I've said without thinking and throwing these horrible words to people, judgments I've made in my mind without even understanding. Take them all and forgive them all, starting here. And I go, God, forgive me, I did not know better. I think of Lord Jesus' words on the cross. Forgive them, they know not what they do. So I say, forgive me, I didn't know what I was doing. Now with knowledge, I understand. So I can stop doing these things that cause so many ripples on our earth. But it's studying these great masters that have taught me, studying the Dalai Lama's life, studying my master's life, studying life of Ramakrishna, studying life of Swami Rama, Paramahansa Yogananda, Mother Teresa, and studying all their lives. And then comes the answer. And then obviously, trying to live it, trying to live the truth. Trying to live with as much goodness and kindness as one possibly can in this life. And remembering all the time, simply, we are human, we make mistakes. We are human, we feel pain. We are human, we feel anger from time to time. So long as we don't use these emotions to cause harm to others and ourselves, as long as we can recognize them, see them, and make sure they don't cause us harm, they can come up in the mind as much as they want. When you see them coming up, you say, oh, I've developed a little jealousy today. This is the practice of yoga. Yoga's chitta vritti nirodha. You see it. Don't judge yourself. Then you go in a downward spiral. I got a little jealousy today. That means I still don't trust that I'm so loved by the gods and just right as I am. That's why the jealousy is, I think people are better than me, so I want to be like them. But look at my life. Then you count all the wonderful things you have and go, oh, I don't want to be in somebody else's shoes. Yeah, phew, jealousy away. Do you see? In 5 minutes, you clear out the nonsense. Like, for example, the other day somebody was telling me, oh, it's not fair, I lost my partner, I've lost this, and I want a child, I can't have a child, I want this, I can't have, and my best friend, she's got everything. I said, wow, and she has you for a best friend? Poor girl.
Yes.
And she goes, why? I said, do you hear yourself? You're not happy for your best friend. So of course I love her. I said, listen to what you've just said. Why had she got everything? You're angry with her. Did she do anything wrong? Why are you angry with her? Who are you really angry with? She burst out crying. I know, it's me, isn't it? And my poor friend, I've been so angry with her. Yeah, now do you see it? Why do you think she got she reacted badly to you the other day? She's feeling this. She's feeling, why can't you be happy for her? Why can't you be happy for her? That's what she's sensing from you. You may not say it, but she's not dumb. Her soul senses it. Do you see how subtle it can get? So subtle that you even miss it. And when I told her, she goes, oh, I'm going to call my friend today. I'm going to be happy for her. And I said, look, you've just told me you're going to call your friend today and you're going to be happy for her. Look at the change in your own expression. It made you happier. So simple. Psychology is so simple. We complicate it too much. So if we stop, as Gurudev said, and this is the real compassion, stop blaming. Every time we start doing this, blaming, your fault, your fault, your fault, there are 4 more pointing at us. So compassion starts with understanding ourselves. I'm not saying take the blame for you, what you're doing. I'm saying start to not look outside. Ask, why have these situations come to me? What do I have to learn? The hindsight thing, yeah? Do you have that saying on hindsight here?
What the 4 is it? The 4 is you would go outside.
Yes. Get the one on hindsight, yes.
The eyes, yeah. Thank you.
With the eyes, yeah. Ask yourself, why are all these situations coming to me? What do I have to learn? Some of it's very painful lessons, hard lessons. Why do we have hard lessons? Sometimes there's nothing for you to learn, it's just karma. Sometimes it's karma. You know, I have karma with my feet, I have karma with suitcases. I always lose my suitcase. I still haven't got it back. Shanti gets it back, Karen gets it back, but Nalanie, no. What can I do? That's my karma, you know. I think I must have stolen people's suitcases in the previous life. I'm convinced of it. And my foot, I often laugh. I say, I must have kicked so many people, or maybe killed bugs, you know. And I'm getting it back. Who knows? You know? I know I'm not doing anything now, so where does it come from? And when I think it's just a karma that's being purged, you have fun. Don't you laugh? So I laugh at myself too. I find it quite funny. There's nobody to blame. I don't go to US Air, although they're very irresponsible, and I'll tell them that on the phone with great strength. And no fear, they're totally irresponsible, but I realize ultimately the karma is mine. They just happened there to test me.
Have you put that on your list, just to push your buttons?
It hasn't really yet. It hasn't. It's just I got such a yummy presents and DVDs for people that I'm longing to give them, and I can't. But it hasn't pushed my button. The telling them off is to give them a bit of a fright. I'm too relaxed over it. That's why I haven't got it back. Okay, let's look at this. View your life with hindsight. Stop beating yourself up about things from your past. Instead of slapping your forehead and asking, what was I thinking? Breathe and ask yourself the kinder question. What was I learning? And what was I learning? Why have these things come to me? Be kind. Kind to yourself. Kind to yourself. Sometimes you want to be a little naughty. Why not? Children are naughty. Be naughty. Want to escape? Escape. You know, have some fun. Life is full of fun. So long as you have a golden rule that you don't hurt anyone and you bring some happiness to yourself, that's fine. Enjoy it. Doesn't matter what the world says. You know, when we finish this, because I really would like to do some meditation with you. When we went to India, 34 of us, you know, and of course the Gibraltarian group, the noisiest.
No, really.
How do you say that?
Shopaholics and noisy and do everything that they shouldn't do on a retreat like this, you know. But I don't really like this. Can I go off? Yeah, sure, go. And then all the monks telling me that your group, you don't know how to organize them. They're like this, they're like that. And then I go, you know, Swamiji, you have to understand, they've come all the way from Gibraltar or Spain or wherever they were, coming from in England. It's the first time in India. You have to understand, they're excited to go shopping. Everything is so cheap here. They're excited to make a little noise and talk about all the wonderful things they see. You know, they're not causing harm to anyone. They're just so happy. How can I take that away from them? And you know, it's so funny. You know, they behaved really well. It's just that some of these monks were a bit particular. And then when Gurudev calls me on the last day, oh, Nalanie, how did the tour go? How did your shopping go? I didn't shop, but how did your group shop or something like that? So I said, Gurudev, what can I do? They just love everything of the world. And they're just really good people. And he goes, that's what? And he starts laughing on the phone, as if to say, yeah, they're enjoying every moment of life. They're not hurting anyone. Some benefit to someone, you know. And when they pray with all their hearts. You know, look, now we took a small group with us. Our group is not only Gibraltar now, they still call it the Gibraltar group. We got Barcelona, we got, you know, England, Portugal coming with us. You know, the Gibraltar group. When they come, they lighten up the place. They still got that reputation. You go to the ashram, they lighten. You have many regards, by the way, Bhavani. Vimla was very sad you didn't come. So they lighten up the place. Isn't it true? They told us, you raise the level of the ashram. That was such a kind thing to say to us, because we really felt the same. They raised our level up. That's at least how I felt. They've raised me up with all the love they're showering all of us, and the kindness and the goodness. Because you know, you people have this energy, this thing that when it's used for the greatest good, which is divine, it shines, you shine. And there should be no guilt about. You know, things in life are here for us to enjoy, so long as they don't control us. Like one time, they went shopping in India, and we were only having a 15-minute break, and it was supposed to be a loo and hot drink, right, or coffee. I think there was only me and one other person that sat down to have the coffee. Nobody was there, they were all shopping. And then when we had to go, promise, where was everybody gone? It was just me. I can't remember who was with me. I think it was Sumati, Susan from the States. Yeah. Yeah.
She's not a shopper.
Not a shopper. No, she's not a shopper. No. And she was there this time in the States as well. She came to. Oh, she's looking beautiful. She's beautiful. And she was with me, nobody around, 34 people, 2 of us. And then no problem, right? Then I go into the bus, 15 minutes was our waiting time. Where is everybody? Nobody to be found. They took one out, and that was not acceptable. Because, why? They caused harm to the bus driver, to me who was waiting, and we had a deadline. And the poor bus driver needed to rest and have his dinner. He's just sitting in the bus waiting for us. That's really wrong. And then I told them, next time I tell you 15 minutes, 15 minutes. You know? So you see where when it starts causing harm and disturbance, that's when you know, that's too much. You've gone too far. But if they wanted to use the full 15 minutes just to shop and come back after 15, no problem. Do you see what I'm saying here? You see, you have to balance everything. Overdoing and underdoing is also not good. And then there are those people, I can't buy anything because I'm spiritual. I can't spoil myself. I don't deserve it. And they're, I don't deserve having this good thing. Why not? Do you know how many times I have to tell people in my counseling, have fun. Oh, but we're saving for this, we're saving for this, saving what? All this, your house is going to enjoy all this fun and you nothing? You may die before your house, you probably will. The house will still stand, you'll be dead. So much for the house, for the house, for the house, for the house. You can't have any fun. Don't let any home tie you down. What about having some fun? Go, have 2 days holiday, laugh. I don't know why anybody would want to tie themselves on the house. I've done this for 4 months and I don't want the house. Enough work. Now I want to do the work that I love, which is be with people, serve, love, give. So much mind stuff with things. Why would you want to do it with yourself? A house is there as an instrument for you to use, to share, to love, to bring warmth, to bring kindness. A place of peace, not a monster that strangles you your whole life, saving for that house. And I'm miserable. So sad, so many people, so miserable, entire life. The house will get everything and they're dead. No fun. Haven't enjoyed anything. Yes, save up for a home, be reasonable. That's enough, it's comfortable, it's warm, it's cozy, that's it. But don't let it eat you up, consume you. Too many people are doing that these days. It's consuming them. So many arguments over homes these days. People are breaking up. They spend like 10 years building up a home. Just when it's done, they're splitting up. Why are you splitting up? You just done up your home after 10 years of suffering. Because it's been too hard a journey, too much stress. But I said, now the stress is over, it's when you can enjoy it. But too many harsh words have been said. Too many cruel things. A wife telling her husband, you can't buy yourself a new shirt, or you can't buy yourself this, because the house needs it. The husband telling the wife, what are you spending? Do you see so much cruelty to each other? Instead of saying, you want this? Well, forget the house. Why don't you wear a new dress today? I'd love to see you in a new dress. Or telling your partner, your husband, oh, you know what? It's been a long time since you spoiled yourself. Go buy yourself a computer. You deserve it. Do you see? We never tell people they deserve new things. It's always they don't deserve it. It's a very undeserving thing to do. You deserve it. You work so hard all day. So you like gadgets. I like clothes. You buy your gadget, I'll buy my clothes. We both have fun. So long as we don't borrow and we're in the red. Because that's again causing pain. You're stealing. It's not your money. All these credit cards, downfall of many people. You don't spend what you don't have. Because if you do, that is cause of worry, troubles, everything in life. What you have, you spend. What you don't have, don't spend. Peaceful, easeful living. So that's all this has to do with compassion, of understanding yourself. So we'll do at least, well, it's 20-7, so let's do the meditation on compassion. So if you all, please sit with your spine erect. And if anybody prefers to come on the floor, there's some space here. Take a slow, deep breath. Inhale again and feel beautiful breath, the prana entering your body. And as you exhale, feel all the tension leave your body. Now just move your shoulders a little, take off this tension from the shoulders. And just sit. See this beautiful white light surround your entire body. Beautiful. Where is it coming from, this beautiful light? Your aura. Where is it coming from? We're all told that the breath of life comes from the divine. We're all told that the breath of love lives within us. The Upanishad states, the Lord of love lives in the hearts of all. The light, the spirit, the soul resides in this body. That's where the light is coming from. And that is what we need to contact or achieve yoga with. So if that light is in you and that love is in you, then who are you? Who are you? You're just a representation of that light. You're just a body or temple that houses that light. So can you ever be very angry with that light? Can you ever see darkness in light? Light is light. You can see shadows. But the light will always be there. And shadows come when the mind is disturbed. And the mind is disturbed because it has work in the world. But the world is not there to disturb it. The world is there to show there is something more permanent. And our life here is impermanent. So now that you know that you are part of that light, observe all the pain you have felt, wherever it came from: anger, jealousy, desires from somebody else, from life itself, circumstances, your parents, your children, your friends. Observe that pain that you felt. Just watch it as if you're watching somebody else go through it. Witness it. Separate yourself from it. Remember, you are light. And now I want you to focus on one situation. There's always one in our lives that have affected us more than any. That you're constantly frustrated with, or agitated with, or anxious about, or even a little disturbed about. And look at it. If it is the person, ask yourself, is the person really bad? Is the person really wrong? That person is just giving his or her point of view. Am I really bad? Am I really wrong to feel adverse to that point of view? No, this is my truth. But the same way I have my truth, that person has their truth. Then you ask, oh, let me try and understand where this person is coming from. As I would ask the other person to understand where I am coming from. We don't agree. It's okay. I will just do what I have to do with great love. It's okay. I need this experience to learn to be totally pure inside. I don't know how to do this. So Lord, please, 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 light within, consciousness divine, life force, help me to accept the things I cannot change. But please, if I have to change anything, give me the courage to change it. And let me know the right action to be as compassionate and loving as possible in these changes. Always let me see the other person's point of view. always accept that their point of view is totally different from mine, so that I can have the compassion to listen, just to listen. And then make up my own mind which direction to go. That will bring the most peace and the most kindness to that person and to myself. If I am wrong, give me the strength to adapt, adjust, and accommodate. Give me the humility to say I'm sorry, because that is an act of compassion. To say I can be wrong and I'm sorry. I'm not afraid to be wrong. Give me the courage to say I'm sorry. And if I'm right, give me the strength to say I am. But show me always the highest purpose, the best action, the kindness, the most compassionate. Now I want you to see a beautiful golden light in your heart. And that light is shaped like the sun, a golden disc. And inside this golden disc, to see yourself as you are dressed today. Look at yourself. Look at yourself clearly. Are you a likable person? You are always frustrated and angry and anxious. Just see yourself as if you're looking at somebody else. Are you the image of peace? You feel peaceful. Or are you both? See it clearly. Know yourself. And know always that this beautiful golden light protects you. But the energy of this light is truthfulness. So you have to be very truthful to yourself all the time. This energy of light does not take sides. Just is, it just shines. As the sun shines on everyone. And it is our choice to take the sun or not. Take a deep breath. Feel all the cellular energy vibrating in your body as it connects itself to the divine source, which is everywhere. Everywhere. No separation. Just sit in it for a minute. You have to do nothing. Just love who you are. Just hear a voice telling you how much you are loved. You are a child of the universe. Do nothing more than hear that voice. And just sit. beings enjoy peace. May all beings enjoy prosperity. May all beings be free from suffering. May all have good health. May all be filled with compassion. May the light of truth overcome all darkness. Victory to the light. Jai Shri Sadguru Sachidananda Ji Maharaj Ki Jai.